Of course, we do want to start today by sending our thoughts and prayers to the folks in Waukesha, Wisconsin. And a quick warning to our viewers, some of this video from there is disturbing. As I'm sure you've seen, a red SUV plowed through a holiday parade, killing at least 5 people, injuring 40 others. Video posted online showed the SUV break through police barricades, then driving very fast down the parade route, sometimes just feet away from kids that lined the road. Police say a vehicle was recovered and a person of interest was in custody, but no word yet on why this happened. Now, several news agencies are reporting that this is the man in custody, Darrell Brooks Junior. All right, Waukesha, excuse me, I said it incorrectly, Waukesha. First off, our thoughts and prayers, but I do want to give you guys an update. We do know that we have 6 children in critical condition right now from the parade. We do hear that there's rumors he was evading a knife fight and getting away from a knife fight, and that's why he was trying to get away so fast. We also, TMZ is reporting he's a local rapper who actually has a music video out in front of a red SUV rapping. So that is what we know so far. The theme of the parade was comfort and joy. Al?
I mean, what? I feel like it's on the 3 of us to make, as you say, Erica, sense out of nonsense. What do you, and I'm not just saying this is nonsense, obviously this is a terrorist attack, but I hope people realize, like, we have a social contract when we all get together, when we have the kids out, and our job is to protect ourselves, protect our community. And I don't know what the genesis of this was, but when there's so much rhetoric and so much like, we just have to take it. Hey, if you don't vote my way, then we might have to do it another way. All these phrases that we throw out, you have no idea who they're affecting, who they're radicalizing. And I'm not saying this is the case for this. This is strictly speculation. But when you start throwing these phrases out there, telling people that something's being taken from them, telling people they need to take back and defend their community, this is the kind of stuff that we get. Not necessarily this situation, but I always want people to remember that the words that we say, the phrases that we hashtag have meaning and value to some people in a way that it might not have for you.
Well, see, I understand what you're saying. That's not where my head went at all with this. My head was definitely in the space of, we have such a lack of empathy for each other. We have a lack of respect for life. I mean, anytime, we've literally been in a situation for the past almost 2 years where someone like myself is like, I'm speaking from my experiences. I've lost 6 people this year. And as opposed to being like, wow, you know what, I didn't consider that, I'm going to hold space in that moment. It's like, well, I still feel this way because this is how I feel about the blah, 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 blah. I'm not asking people to hold space for me, but it's just such a strange thing, because if someone said, I lost 6 people to cancer this year, no one would be like, yeah, but let me tell you about cancer. You know, like, it's the craziest thing. And so when you are talking about a man that's evading a knife fight is what the story is right now. I mean, it's still very early and it's developing, but a knife fight, so you bring a speeding SUV into a crowd of people to evade for your own life and not consider how that would affect the lives of others. I mean, we aren't even seeing the actual casualty situations. It was enough just to see that little girl in the street narrowly miss being picked off by a speeding SUV going how many miles an hour? To avoid you brought an SUV to a knife fight?
No.
Like, I mean, that's where my head is. Like, no one's thinking about anyone else but themselves.
Yeah, my first thought, to be super honest with you guys, was something's very wrong with our society.
Well, there's no balance anymore, Tori.
There's just something very wrong with what you said, the social contract. There is very little holding us together anymore.
Well, there used to be a balance that, and I know we got to move on, but like, if I was, we have two sides of our personality. One is our online personality, where we're like, that is the worst video I've ever heard, or Erica, if you say something like that on DBL, I'm going to do this. But then you would go out into the world and you would see your neighbor and you guys would talk and you meet somebody for happy hour, and then you go with your spouse on a Sunday for a nice drive. Those were all taken away from us with the pandemic. So now it's 100% of your online personality and vitriol and escalating situations and language like that. And this is where we are. Everybody is here because no one's had a chance to just go be a person, the real part of life.
It makes me so sad. If you're from Wisconsin, please write us in.